What is up? We are live today. It is Scott Payne's PMP hour with you. I am going to make your PMP dreams come true. Here we go. My name's Scott Payne. I run PMmasterPrep, the world's greatest PMP training site, and we are here to help you. So very, very simple. That's what we are. Boom, boom. Scott Payne here, PMmasterPrep. Today it's going to be very, very simple. We're going to go over a very important word that you must nail down to be good on your PMP exam. Then we're going to get into the nuts and bolts here. We're going to go through a hard PMP question together, all right? That's what matters, being able to solve hard questions. Ain't nobody better in the world to do it with you than me. We're going to do it together. I'm going to make you a machine. Let's go. All right, so here we go. Let me throw it in there. PMmasterPrep, if you haven't checked this out, don't know what you've been doing. All right, so today the word of the day is intentional. Now, I want to nail this right off the bat because every action that you need to make in your study process or your project management life in general needs to be intentional. Like, why am I doing it? What impact am I trying to get? Why is this going to help me? How does this work for my learning style? So every single thing that you do over the next couple days, I want you to have that ringing in the back of your head. Am I doing this for a purpose? Am I using my time wisely? Am I studying the right things? Do I have a resource that's going to help me? Everything intentional. The difference between the people that take 6 months, 8 months, a year, or whatever, or always feel like they're almost there, they act with a meandering intention, right? They're not actually there. They think they're working hard. They think they're doing things, but they're always making excuses. But the people that finish in a week, 2 weeks, a month, 6 weeks, that really do well and leave the experience better for it, you know what they do? They act intentionally, right? So, not going to rant. I'm not going to rave. I just want you to act with intention. All right. So that's what the word of the day is. And we'll talk back to questions. So we got 7 on the call today right now. We're going to get more rolling in. Let me get set up and we're going to go through questions together. Now, here's the thing. There's a process. Okay. I created a process for you because I listen to students solve questions every single day. If you know what I'm doing after this call, I'm going deep for 3+ hours with a bunch of groups of students to get good at solving questions. Every single student that works with me solves the same way. Right below me, look, these 6 steps. Here's how we're going to do it. First thing we're going to do is align ourselves to the problem. That's what we do. We go down to the bottom of the question and we read it for impact. All right, so let's go. Let's solve this question together, you and I. All right. What should the project manager do to adapt the project to these conditions? All right, so we got some kind of project. There's some kind of scenario we're going to learn about. We got to change it because we're in a bad way, apparently. All right, so that's step 1, align. Let's go back and understand. So we're going to go to the base of the question, the top of it, and we're going to slow down and we're going to read it for context. Agile, waterfall, hybrid, what are we dealing with? What's the scenario? What's the problem? What's the context that matters? Let's get down into this. I know you're out there. You're looking at the answers right now. Stop. Look at the question. Read slow. Here we go. All right. The quarterly results show that competitors are driving prices down. Oh, God. The company is losing market share, and midway into a product development project, it appears the sponsoring unit is not likely going to get a return on their investment. What should the project manager do to adapt the project to these new conditions? So before you go down, you've got to assert, step 3, what you think the problem is and what you think you do. So put yourself in this spot. Your money's on the line. Your company's on the line. Your family's behind this thing. We're halfway through a big development project for new product. It's going bad. Competitors, how's it going bad? Competitors are out in front of us driving the price down. So anything we lay out there, they're undercutting us right now, eroding market share, or eroding our position. Feels terrible, right? So much so that based on the numbers that they have now, what does it say? The sponsor, where's my little righty thing? The sponsoring unit, people giving us money that we act on behalf of, they're not going to get the return on their, not likely get the return on their investment. So what would you do? You could look at the answers. It says select 2, so we got 2 options. Here's what I would do. I run a company. If I had somebody out there going cheap on it, I would want to go, all right. You can run to the bottom on low price, but here's what I want to do. I want to go up on value. That's the game of the game. Nobody likes cheap. Everybody likes good and value. So I'd sit back and say, what do the customers care about? Let me drive up on value. I haven't looked at the answers. This is just what Scott as a business owner would do. I would drive up on value and I would say, what do they want now? Let me get it in their hands as soon as possible. All right? Because, yeah, they can drive me down and I could have a perfect product and it could be years from now delivery. No. I need to deliver the max value, the max, as quickly as I possibly can. So that's what I'm going to do. All right. So we might have to adjust our backlog. We might have to adjust what's going on, but that's what I need to do right now. So let's go and let's look at the answer. So evaluate. Boom. It knocked me off my little video there, but we're in step 4, evaluate. All right. So let's look each one of them by themselves. Number 1, here we go. A, we could incrementally replace local staff by outside expert staff who can work at half the hourly rate or less. Well, that's one way to make money, right? Cheap out on your labor, fire all the people that got you here, try to chase that cost, curve down and go there. I mean, it's an option, right? They're driving down costs, but I don't think from a long-term position, we're at that point now, right? We want to go double down on value. So I'm going to say, yeah, it's an option, but it's not the option I want to take right off the bat, right? There's nothing in there that says we have no other option other than cut costs, all right? That's not what I'm going for. It's going to be. We could rescope the project to deliver the same features as a competitor to match their price, the pricing. Okay. Well, I mean, that seems like a reasonable business. They're running out there. They're taking our market share. We know exactly what they want. Why don't we just copy them and chase them? You want to go low? We'll go low faster. You want to deliver this? We'll deliver the same features. We'll be your copycat, right? That could work, right? Anybody out there have an opinion on that? Would you do that if it was your money, your business, your thing? I mean, it's a possibility. We'll put a circle on it because a lot of you out there I know are like, ooh, I'd like to do that. Maybe. Think about the long-term consequences for your brand recognition, for your position, for what you're trying to deliver. Now, what you're trying to deliver might not be what the market wants. We got to understand that. But this answer right now, B, is saying, damn what you thought, damn what you think the market wants. Just chase them down because you're scared. It's okay to be scared. It's not okay to act scared. All right? So I don't like it because that's weak. All right? Now, it might be something we have to do. Model off what they want, and we might have to drop prices. Who knows? But that's not my first go. So I'm killing it, man. That's not the way we operate. I mean, we have the highest value PMP program in the world. Like, we double down on value. Every day is what can we give more. So I ain't going with B. All right, C, make a cost-benefit analysis of the deliverables to optimize delivery cost and speed. Now we're talking. All right, so we got to make a decision. Can't give everything. We can't be pie in the sky perfect later. We got to get something out there now. So we need to heighten, our attention on what real value is, what we can deliver now, what's the most cost effective. That's what they're saying, cost benefit analysis. Some of you out there might say, oh, but Scott, is that in the perfect process that we are now? Come on, man. That's not the way we need to think. We need to think about what will respond to this situation, cost benefit, how much we invest in, how much we get out, juice worth the squeeze. That's where we always need to be in a project, all right? That's where we always need to be, all right? So to optimize the delivery of cost and speed, got to get it out there. So that's what I'm saying. They want to attack us with a low cost. We're coming back at them with value and speed. I love it. So I'm taking this one. I'm making a decision. I'm keeping C. I love it. D, fast track the remainder of the project. You know what fast track means? I'll tell you in a second. To deliver the intended scope with less overhead cost. There's a lot in there. Let's take that banana and let's peel it. All right. So fast track, what does that mean? That means you got 2 tasks. You do them like this. You see these things? They kind of look like skis. They go faster. They're in alignment. They're in series. Now they're in parallel. That's fast track. I'm assuming that we can do it. Okay. The remainder of the project should just go like this, meaning we just do them all real quick. And then the second thing would be to deliver the intended scope. Yeah, get the project done with less overhead costs. I mean, less overhead costs over time, but you're still going to spend the money, right? Because like if you do these 2 tasks, now you do them like this, you still got to pay for both hands. So it really doesn't cut costs. It might cost Costs later, but you're going to spend the money now. I don't like that because that doesn't respond at all. Sure, get the project done faster. Love it. Doesn't respond anything to the value that we're delivering. So I'm going to kill it. And you see how I'm crossing things out now? You cannot be afraid to cross things out. Too many people say these words. I don't know. I'll talk about it later. All right. I'll see when the rest of them. That's not the way we need to do it. You need to make decisions. Like it, don't like it for a reason. Because something. All right. Have a because something. D. See if it's right. Split out an agile track. All right. So they're saying fast, flexible, responsive to customer needs to incrementally maximize the value within a fixed budget. I like that part at the end right there. Yeah. Let's say, okay, they're coming at us. They're stealing our market. Let's get out there. Let's get an agile track out there. Let's try to figure out what is max value. Let's get it moving and let's cap the money that we're spending because they are attacking us. All right. We got to conserve our resources, but get out there and, feed the market. So I love both. I love C. I love E. Let's see if I'm ready. Let's see if I'm right. Anybody out there in TV land, what do you think? All right. So let's see what we got. Boom. C and E. Nailed it. Now, what can we learn? Always come on the back end with what can you learn? You can always squeeze something out. If you got it right, stop congratulating yourself. Just say, yo, what did I do good? Was it process? Was it knowledge? What was it? Decision making? What was it that got you there? Squeeze that knowledge, put it to the side, boom. Or what did I screw up? What can I get better off? So what can we learn here? All right, so we're talking about how to respond to competitors, right? We want to go high value. The thing that we don't want to do right off the bat, we don't want to cut staff. We don't want to de-scope and copy. We don't want to just fast track and just deliver without understanding. The thing that we want to do is always look to the market, see where the value is, make sure that we're delivering it, and try to make those decisions that'll get us there faster. Simple as that, right? Hard in execution, but that's principally what we're trying to do. So it's question number 1. How does the process fit? Fits well for me. Does it work well for you? Let's try it again. All right, we got a little bit of bleed on the page, no big deal. All right, so what do we do at the beginning? You know this. Last sentence. As a servant leader, okay. What is your best course of action here? So put our mind to servant leadership land, right? As we go into there, someone that's, taking care of the team at their core, trying to remove roadblocks, trying to develop them, building them up. That's what we're doing. That's the lens. Let's go back to the top to understand. And let's go here, all right? What's up, people? Somebody out there, are you having fun? Before I go too deep, nobody's commented to me yet. What's up, people? What's up, people? How are you liking the question answering? I like a live audience instead of just me talking to a machine and hoping the internet's out there. All right. So right now we said, let's go and understand. Top of the question. It says you're working as a facilitator on a flow-based agile project. Now, all these little individual things are just like learning things, like right there, boom, flow-based agile project. So the picture in the room is coming clearer. The window's getting unfogged. I'm a servant leader. I wake up. I'm in a flow-based agile project. Cool. And one of your stakeholders has sent you an unreasonable request. So somebody wants something crazy, which is basically, what's up, Sherry Downer? What's up, Kelly Clark? Hey, that's Kelly. I didn't ever know that was your middle name. Kelly Clark. Hey, James. What's up, Sherry? Sherry, are you in our program? Do you want to go to coaching call tonight? If so, email me, Scott@PMmasterPrep.com. You can go to coaching call tonight. If you're in the program, I apologize. I should know your name. So we're in flow-based agile. Somebody sent me an unreasonable request. Let's say this product function that they just requested would necessitate extensive research and literature review. So what they ask us ain't just a little thing. It's a big deal. Okay. Kind of sucks. It's a brand new feature that hasn't been reviewed on any platforms yet. So this is just out of left field. Okay. Your team also believes this functionality is impractical and should not be needed for the product to work properly. Okay. So stakeholder, always go then assert, right? Assert what you think is what's happening. Say it again. Now, somebody might say, but Scott, you walk through questions and it takes you 15 minutes. Yeah, I don't need to solve 100,000 million questions to get students good. We just go deep, understand the process. When we understand the process, then when we get in the game, we practice more. Boom, you flow through. So one of the keys is asserting what actually happened in the question. Here's where we go. Servant leadership, flow-based project. Have an unreasonable request from a stakeholder. Don't know who they are, but they want something crazy. It's something out there. What's up? And then we go and we say, all right, the process is not only relatively unreasonable, it's going to take a ton of time to actually put into practice. And the team says they don't like it. So the agile teams, self-organizing, self-managing, they're going to pull the work in from the product backlog. So what do we do? All right, assert. Well, I think we have I think we got to have a conversation in the agile sense with the sponsor to understand it. Like, what do you want? Why do you want it? What's the value that they're driving toward? Like, anytime we have a user story, there are 3 C's. They're called card, conversation, and confirmation. I have a video coming out in a week or so. It's all about user stories, and it'll break it down. But the user story right there, basically, this person's asking you to deliver something, functionality. So you have to write up a user story, put it on the backlog. Now, we have a decision whether we even want to go into it, but say we do. We have the user story there. To flush it out, we have to have a conversation with the person that wanted it, the team, those people that know things about it, to flush it out and have us understand it, whether it's valuable for us or not, whether it's something that we want. Because the team says, oh, we don't need it for the product to work properly. Well, I mean, okay. I don't know if we're just in the business of having it work properly, possibly, or work exceptionally. Don't know, but I want to have a conversation. All right. So let's go and see the answers. All right. So let's go to assert. You know, it's on assert, but my face has got to be there. So we're cool. A, work out what needs to be true to get this feature enabled. So that's kind of putting cart in front of horse, right? Saying somebody asked, all we are is a receptacle of like their direction, and we just run and do something. It's not the way. As the product owner, actually right now, think of who we are. We're the facilitator. We're the scrum master. So if that scrum master, right? What's up, Amina? That's awesome. Dude, I'm so proud of you for passing, Amina. That's really, really great. I'll pop her up on the screen. Amina said, hey, I passed the exam this week and listened in because of you explained the process is awesome. I appreciate it. And Jerry says, congratulations. That's awesome. So the thing that we need to know here is we're Scrum Master. So who owns the backlog? The product owner. So the Scrum Master should take this to the product owner and say, hey, we got this idea. We got this thing. It's from a person. Team hates it. Whatever. We got to think this through. Product owner, what are you going to do? Product owner, well, definitely not the facilitator. Doesn't need to right off the bat, Scrum Master, work out what needs to be done to get it featured done. No, we got to coordinate with people. We got to evaluate this thing. So it's not on the Scrum Master to just run off and do it. Love it. Awesome, Kelly. B, call an emergency stand-up and find ways to include the missing feature as soon as possible. Yet again, servant leaders shouldn't do that. Obviously, there's a reason that we have a backlog. We don't just have emergency meeting, said somebody wants something, break the thing and get it going. Now, flow-based Agile does allow it to go to the top of the list and come in next. That's totally reasonable on the Kanban board. But emergency stand-up, I don't think we're there on anything. This is normal process. People hate it. People love it. We got to get it in the process. So I don't want to do that. C, meet with the customer and apologize for missing out on the feature in this sprint. I mean, I don't know why we're apologizing. Flow-based Agile, any kind of based Agile, ideas come out, features get developed, all those things. Hey, Ernest, what's up? And what we need to do here is definitely meet with the customer, right? Meet with the person that brought up the stakeholder, whatever. But I wouldn't apologize. I would want to understand. And then it says, for me to not missing out on the feature in the first sprint. We're not doing sprints. We're in flow-based Agile, man. Flow-based Agile doesn't have sprints. It has a Kanban board right there. Let's just in the simplest sense. It's like to do, doing, done. Could be more complicated, but it works it across, right? So, boom, there's a lot of reasons. I don't want to apologize. It's not a sprint-based thing. If it smells fishy, it's probably fishy. Get rid of the fish. D. Let's go to D. I hope it's right or we got to start again. All right, so here we go. Hello, Ernest. Investigate the impact of the missed feature and add the features to the backlog for complete analysis and estimation. So we said to begin with, right? Got to go to the backlog. I would say by whom, right? The product, we deliver it to the product owner, put it on the backlog, let them know, get it organized. But even though they're saying, hey, don't do this because it's crazy, it has a lot of work, it's a lot of literature, the team hates it, whatever, we still got to give it its just due, put it through the paces, see if it makes, there's a good case for it, break it down, refine it if necessary, and then work it through. So we do not violate the framework. All right. We do not violate the Agile framework. All right. So that's what we're doing. You never can tell. So I like D. Yay. Let's go to D. Yay. We got it right. Sherry says, thank you. I've been watching as many videos as possible this week. I understand a lot more. Good job, Sherry. Awesome. And C. Perry says, Sherry, Scott's coaching will help. I found him late too. I watched as many videos as possible. Past 3 months ago, still feel his talented weekly sessions when possible. That's awesome, dude. All right. So we can answer questions if you want to ask questions. Anybody got questions? I'll go through these questions, but really, I violated my own process. Let's not do that. We got to go to what can we improve on? All right. So here's some things that people normally screw up. They normally look for the right answer. That seems reasonable, but they do it without thinking through each answer. So if you went here and you were like, oh, D's the right answer, awesome. But do you know why A and B and C are not the right answer? I've belabored the point. I went through it in depth. That's what we need to do. All right. So if you didn't know what a servant leader is, we got to nail that down. Someone in the Agile sense or regular project sense that puts the team first. They're not a servant like they're serving drinks or anything. No, they are there to guide the team to a better place. They're helping to break roadblocks. They're helping to, remove obstacles. They're helping to train the team, develop the team. They're listening and watching and coaching, all those things. Team's best intentions in mind. What's the difference between flow-based Agile and iteration-based Agile? Well, it's all related to how the work flows through. Okay. Flow-based Agile uses Kanban board. They control WIP, work in progress, and they move things across. There are no iterations. I think I also have a video coming out about that. I'm not sure. And then iteration-based is we have a backlog on both, but here we set up time-boxed iterations, 2 weeks, a month, whatever you want to define, and we work that, we insert the work there, pulled in by the team, we work it through, boom, finished. All right. So that's big points to learn there. And let's go back to the main starting. So who has a question in the Ethernet, in the internet machine that we can go through? All right. Anybody? Sherry, what's the biggest thing that scares or confuses you about the PMP? You can be scared of spiders. You can be scared of a lot of things. Like, what are you scared of in the PMP? Or what confuses? Or what's one topic that I could talk about for about a couple minutes? What do you think? Got 13 people on here. Or anybody else. Amina. What are you doing now to celebrate? What was most surprising about the PMP exam, Amina? See, you've got a comment. I think it's from me. Sherry says, I found that when I took practices, I wasn't really reading and understanding the question. That's the biggest thing, okay? Going over the process over and over is helping a ton. Yep. So you start to use the process, follow the template, stuff like that. If anybody out there later watches, go to our website. We have the template. We'll put it down below, the link to it, but you can download the question solving template. Helps a ton. It's like training wheels. Get you going, and then once you're ready, you just remove it, and you just keep following through the process faster and faster and faster, but always start disciplined, intentional, and you follow the flow. Simple, dimple. Let's see. Boop, boop, boop. Thank you for liking and subscribing. If you're out there, it means a lot. Lets me help you more and more and more. And if you haven't got the flashcards, check them out. People are buying them like crazy machines on Amazon, which really happy about because they're really helping a lot of people. So go on Amazon, check them out, and get them. And yeah. Cool. And then Kelly's talking about, I'm seeing a lot of servant leadership on the test. Maybe good to review main points. Yeah. So why don't we do this next class? We're going to go through next week. I'll walk through all the servant leadership stuff, do a little lesson on it, and that'll be super duper good. Kelly said the flashcards rock. That's cool. Thank you, Kelly. And going from there. All right, y'all. I got to go over to if no more questions are out there, appreciate your time. Keep studying, be intentional, do better. You can do this. I got your back. I'm going to go over to the coaching calls. If anybody out there wants to go to coaching call, you know how to get in touch with me. Scott at PMmasterPrep.com, or go to the website, PMmasterPrep, and fill out the, hey, talk to me. You can talk to me. I'll hook you up. See you soon. Adios. See ya.